7:36, time to focus on business. Richard Southern joining us this morning. Richard, how is the Greek referendum playing out on North American markets so far?
Yeah, good morning, Ted. You know what? European exchanges have actually held up surprisingly well this morning. Certainly, we are looking at losses, but there's no panic selling. The Frankfurt DAX down about 1.5% right now. We are seeing the Toronto and New York stock markets move lower at the open. TSX down about 1%. So some sizable losses, but again, nothing in the way of panic selling. There is a belief among investors here this morning that a deal will still get done, that, you know, negotiations could well start up again between Greece and the powers that be in Europe, and we still could see a deal reached here. This despite 61% of Greek voters rejecting those calls for more austerity in exchange for further bailout loans. The Greek banks remain closed. The ATMs of the country running out of money, so they're going to need some emergency loans to these banks. They only have about a few days left, according to a number of experts. So bottom line here, we still don't know what's next with Greece. This is the end game, though. The country owes more than 300 billion euros, which it's probably never going to be able to pay. A lot of banks, including JP Morgan and Barclays this morning, say a Greek exit from the Eurozone is now the most likely scenario. Moving on, price of oil down sharply, falling more than $2 here this morning, below $55 on the U.S. August contract. This amid a higher U.S. dollar, amid the Europe situation, and as talks on an Iranian nuclear deal approach a conclusion, Iran could pump another 1 million barrels of oil onto the already oversupplied market, 1 million barrels per day. Let's round this out with some news about Oreo cookies, because we need a little bit of good news after all that bad news out of Europe. And they're coming out with new Oreo cookies, thinner ones. The 7 calories less. They're going to be half the width of the original Oreo cookie. And Ted, this is kind of on point with what a lot of food manufacturers are doing. They're shrinking the sizes of their products to make them appear a little bit more healthy. So there you go, thinner Oreos for us to enjoy. Ted Henley.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Richard. That's Richard, business reporter Richard Southern this morning. You can hear Richard on 660 News at 26 and 56 after the hour.
BT's Market Report is brought to you by 660 News.